Monotony. It comes in all shapes and sizes. Dull, tedious, just plain boring. But what is this? A contender, perhaps? Something unboring by the looks of it. Jabs right at dull, an uppercut to tedium, something that keeps you on your toes, keeps your head on a swivel, a knockout punch to your old, boring workouts. Welcome to Fight Camp.
Master Yoda I am. And listen you must to hulazoom.com.
The movie, music, news, television promos, trailers and videos used in this production are protected by the Fair Use Act. Section 107 of the Copyright Act. 1. The purpose and character of the use, including whether such use is of commercial nature or is for nonprofit educational purposes. 2. The nature of the copyrighted work. 3. The amount and substantiality of the portion used in relation to the copyrighted work as a whole. 4. The effect of the use upon the potential market for, or value of, the copyrighted work.
Donald Trump is a draft dodger, a coward.
I had deferments because of college, like a lot of people did. Numerous deferments because of college.
When 58,000 men gave their lives in Vietnam, Trump was the spoiled rich kid who faked bone spurs.
I had a foot thing, and I had deferment for that.
He mocked men who fought, bragging that cruising New York for sex and avoiding STDs was his own Vietnam.
It is your personal Vietnam, isn't it?
It is my personal
It is. You've said that many
Vietnam.
times.
I feel like a great and very brave soldier.
Trump called veterans suckers and losers. He mocked POW John McCain.
He's a war hero.
5.5 years.
He's a war hero because he was captured. I like people that weren't captured, okay?
Donald Trump, a coward, a criminal.
I always wanted to get the Purple Heart. This was much easier.
Can you dig it? Can you dig it? Can you dig it?
This is blasphemy. This is madness. This is a rule.
Broadcasting from the City of Champions, Brockton, Massachusetts, with your host, Keith Sinister One Hayes.
All right, it's your boy Sinister One broadcasting live from the City of Champions. You are watching the booth, and I was just beating the shit up out of myself before we just came on live here with my guest up in the upper left-hand corner. Just beating myself up. I was watching the intro, and, you know, my man Ron Drago, he's in the chat. Ron is there, and Ron, I'll send that to you. Ron, I have that. I get that. I'll send it to you, and you can post it to your page, Ron. Ron, Drone Master, some of that video that you saw at the beginning was provided by Drone Master, but then some of the drone stuff was done by your boy Sinister One, and I was just telling Lito, who's up here, he's a guest with me, I'm going to be letting him introduce himself. You guys have seen him before anyway. I've been telling people, I was just telling them, I'm slacking, bro. I've had a drone for close to 4 years now, and I've got an upgraded drone now, and I have yet to go into Boston at night and get some good ass video of Boston, the city of Boston, daytime or nighttime. I've been slacking because you can post those videos, post those pictures. You can sell. People will buy those. You can do. There's a lot of stuff in Boston. I've been slacking, bro. I gotta get my ass in gear and really start putting my drone to use. Other than taking shots of me getting it stuck in a tree up in Vermont in the middle of fucking.
That's
winter.
not a good look right there.
So I got to thank my guest for last week, Tanasia Brutus. She was the executive producer of the film No Strings that was on Amazon Prime. It's going to be headed to Tubi, and it was good. So Ron is in the chat. Ron actually, he's got a drone license. Ron says, tough area to fly, close to the airport. I work at the airport, and he's right. He's right. I brought my drone to work. When I open up the software on my drone remote control, where I work is actually a blue zone. It won't even take off. It's a blue zone, and I would have to put in my 107 number, which is my drone license number, for that area to open up. At my other location of my job, the GBD old location, which is right near the runways, it's a red zone. I can't even take off. It won't even allow me to take off. So he says there's a lot of areas so close to the airport. So I would love. Ron also says lots of the city is a no-fly zone. So hopefully, Ron, if you can answer this, if I get a 107, will that open up a few more areas? Because, I mean, I'd like to get the Prudential. I'd like to get Christian Science Monitor Pool, things of that sort, Boston Commons and things of that sort. I got to thank my guest, though. Tanisha Brutus. She was on last week. No Strings. Check that movie out. Tonight, my special guest up in the upper left-hand corner is my man Kevin Jefferies, a.k.a. Lito. We were supposed to have James Preston Rogers on from the movie Psycho Killer, but they backed out at the last minute. They want to reschedule. The movie is going to be coming out on streaming platforms in May. That movie is a 20th Century Fox Disney movie, so it's going to be on Disney Plus Hulu. So hopefully we can get him on for that. But again, my guest that's coming on the show, before I get into my spots, I'm going to let him introduce himself. KJ, what's up? Lito!
What's going on? What's up?
We about to talk and chop up some shit here on the show. We got a lot of stuff to talk about. We're going to roll. This is something different too, people. As you guys know, Turnbuckles and Spilt Liquor comes on usually at 9:30 after this show. But instead of taking an hour and a half and making y'all wait, when this show is over at 8 o'clock, we're gonna take a little bit of a break, but we're gonna come right back in with Turnbuckles and Spilt Liquor because we got a lot of shit to talk about on that show. We're just 3 weeks out from WrestleMania. I'll be in Boston next Monday night for Raw, which is about to be crazy. But we want you to talk about wrestling. We want y'all to come at 9 and talk that wrestling. But let me get in my sponsors. Michael Douglas Barretto, MDB Electronics. If you got an Xbox controller and you have to get it wave. Oh, hold on. Ron is actually answering. Ron says yes, with a waiver and very limited ceiling of 50 feet. 50 feet is still pretty high up to get some good shots in Boston. So that's not bad for me. I'm gonna take that. I'll take that. MDB Electronics, if you get an Xbox controller and it starts drifting or whatever, you got to send it out, get it fixed 24, 48 hours. Yo, look, I went live the other night for Resident Evil. Your controller's got to be on point for that game. If you all saw the footage, because I know Kevin didn't check it out. I know Kevin didn't watch any of my Resident Evil.
I told you what happened to me when I played Resident Evil on Oculus. Yeah, they got me. And that's
Kevin
all I'm going to say.
No. Also, Viana Marie, her music's everywhere. It's personal. She's actually performing Friday night in Rhode Island. That flyer will be mentioned at the end of the show during the events. Tactical Target System. Those are those zombie targets that you see me with when I go to the range. Check tacticaltargetsystems.com out. I Love Boston Sports. I see Peyton Pritchard has a hoodie out there that they're now promoting, and they've pressed off for him. So go down to ilovebostonsports.com. 2 locations inside South Shore Plaza. Black-owned business. Make sure to go down there and support. Also, Kimberly Ann Empowerment Photography. Ladies, if you want to take some photos that you never thought you'd take, reach out to Kimberly Ann Empowerment Photography. Underwatch Protective Services. Black-owned business. Daryl Smith, that's my guy. If you need any type of security for your event, reach out to him. Call Larry, Handyman Services. And I'm going to be adding one. My godson, Jason, he's doing a little landscaping business on the side, so he sent me some flyers. I'll give him a shout, but I got to get these ads up for him. And then before we get into the news booth and cover our first topic, my guy KJ is on here. And my guest canceled kind of at the last minute. But it is what it is. I said, you know what? What do I do now? And you know me, I like to think right on the fly. And I'm like, hey, Turnbuckles and Spilt Liquor is returning to this weekend. HorrorHound weekend.
Yes, sir.
Out there in Ohio. I was there last year for the second go around and had a good ass time, met a lot of people. But Kevin is going back this week, and I'm not going to be able to make it because, like I said again, I'm going to be at Raw on Monday night, and I'm not about to go out to Ohio have some freak snowstorm or something happen and get caught out there and not be able to make it back
No
from Raw because
snowstorm
I'll
is
be
coming,
crying
bro.
like a kid, bro.
No snowstorm is coming, bro. And we good.
So
on
we
the
went
snow.
out. We went out last year. And we had a great time. We met people from Trauma. We met people who were involved with this documentary that they come out about the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, with interviews from legends. We met some wrestling stars when we were out there. We took pictures and chatted with the Hardy Boys. We chatted with some mask makers for films and things of that sort. So you're going back. Kevin is going back this weekend. And, they're turning it up for their 20th anniversary?
Yeah. Or 30th. Well, I'm sorry. For Scream, it's their 30th anniversary. But, yeah, I think it's 20th for HorrorHound, yeah.
HorrorHound. And they let's talk about this. Who they got? Who's coming, bro?
So, like they were, like I would just said, Scream's 30th anniversary. The movie just came out, so now they got
good as hell.
Yeah, they got Matthew Lillard coming. Skeet Ulrich, he was in the first one, if I'm not mistaken. He was the guy. Yeah. And then David Arquette, he'll be there. Danny Trejo. So many people, bro. Cassandra Peterson, who played Elvira, she'll be there. Trying to think of some other people, Ralph Macchio from the Karate Kid and Cobra Kai. I can't wait to see them. Hopefully, I won't turn into a kid seeing him. I feel like even though Ralph Macchio is he's not significantly old. He's probably in his 50s, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, he's got to be. Yep.
He's in his 50s. I feel like I kind of grew up watching all of the Karate Kid stuff. You know what I'm saying? Also, the guy that played Johnny, William Zabka. He'll be there. Yeah, he'll be there as well.
He built a little name for himself.
He sure did, especially in Cobra Kai, the series.
Cobra Kai, he really, To be honest, I became a bigger fan of William Zabka because of Cobra Kai, because we really got to see this acting ability that we didn't get to see when he was strictly just being a douchebag, So we got to see him really getting into this role. So I loved it.
Facts. And even in Cobra Kai, he still had that kind of mentality, but he was changing, as much as he could. But he still kept the whole once he realized that Cobra Kai was not what he represented. He tried to change up a little bit, but yeah, it's dope. Ethan Embry, he played in The Walking Dead, and he also played in Scream 7. Kevin Dillon, Ruby Modine, she was in Happy Death Day.
I haven't seen that yet still.
She was also in a movie called Fear. I think that was the one with T.I. and
Okay.
Yeah, you seen that one, T.I., and it was a horror movie with T.I. in it. It was pretty good.
No, I didn't see that one.
Griffin Dunne from the American Werewolf in London.
Okay,
he'll be there. David Naughton from American Werewolf in London. That guy was scary, dog. Ooh. If you ever seen that movie, American Werewolf in London was
classic. And that's one of those, again, that's one of the movies that we talked about 2 weeks ago when I had the Graveyard Horror podcast, Graveyard Shift Horror podcast on. We talked about these movies where not only was it horror, but it changed an industry. Rick Baker, with the makeup in the werewolf transformations, he introduced the air bladders underneath the latex skin so you could simulate the transformations of people. And Rick Baker brought that from American Werewolf in London to the movies like The Thing. And, these are things that changed the industry. And we're going to talk about when we get into the Oscar section of the show.
Jamie Kennedy, from Malibu's Most Wanted. He'll be there. He was also in Scream. Who else? William Earl Brown, Roger L. Jackson, Gina Gershon will be there.
Ooh.
Derek Mears, he played in Friday the 13th. Dasha Polanco, she will be there. From Orange is the New Black. She was in Walking Dead.
I want to go
Dead
to jail.
City.
I want to go to jail, bro.
What you mean?
I'm not going to. She's lucky I'm not there, bro.
She lucky?
Oh, she's lucky. I'd be stuck.
I'm gonna see if I can get a drop for you, bro. I'm gonna see if I can get her to say, "You now tune in to Sinister One Productions." And if she get
nice.
that'd be nice, wouldn't it? My man Sinister One couldn't make it, but he wanted to see you, and I wanted to see if you can get a drop for him. And if she do that, boy,
like that.
you in there?
Like that crazy ninja on my Instagram stalking me. Is that the same dude?
That would be hilarious, bro. Lori Petty will be there as well.
Orange is the New Black. For those who don't know who Dasha Polanco is, I first saw her on Orange is the New Black.
Same here.
I was like, yo, who's that? You know Latinas, bro. New York Latinas? Oh.
I'm married. I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about. John Casey here.
Good answer.
From Tales from the Crypt. My one guy said, he said, Kevin, I don't know why everybody walk around acting like I'm not married. He said, hey, I'm married, but I'm not blind. I said, that's between you and God, bro. I don't got nothing to do with what you doing. You know what I'm saying? Who else? From The Howling, Joe Dante. I don't know if you remember him.
Oh yeah, Joe Dante from the Gremlins. He was he was in a lot of those movies. He had a lot of small roles in the 80s in these movies.
Yeah. So. Dee Wallace, she was from The Howling and The Hills Have Eyes.
Yeah.
Belinda Belaski. Belinda Belaski, she was from Gremlins as well.
Yeah.
Tyler Mane, he played in X-Men. As Sabretooth.
Yeah.
But he also played Halloween. He played Michael Myers in Halloween, and he was in The Devil's Rejects. So, you remember that kid from what was the
Sixth Sense, right?
No, he was from Hancock.
Oh yeah.
That he threw him up in the air. He's gonna be there, and he's grown now. He's not a kid no more, man. C. Thomas Howell from E.T.
Outsiders, E.T. Let's go.
C. Thomas Howell is the man.
Which you can't make today.
Exactly.
You can't make that movie today. People will cancel you.
You cannot make that today.
Thomas Howell in a blackface. That's
Adrian Barbeau or Barbeau.
Ooh,
Adrian Barbeau. Yeah, from The Fog.
Yeah.
Yep.
From The Fog.
And Swamp Thing and Creep Show. She'll be there.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, I used to think Adrian Barbeau was beautiful.
Yeah. She was on a lot of walls. Adrian Barbeau was on a lot of walls. Escape from New York.
Britt Eklund. Oh, really? Okay. Mm-hmm. Britt Eklund from The Wicker Man. You remember The Wicker Man?
I didn't see that. The Wicker Man.
Or 007, The Man with the Golden Gun.
Yes, I saw a Golden Gun. Yes, I know.
She was in there.
It's a James Bond film.
Yeah,
I could do a whole
Galen
show
Ross.
on James Bond movies.
Scott Reiniger from Dawn of the Dead.
What'd you say?
Reiniger. That's his name.
Okay.
Scott Reiniger.
Don't start, no won't be none, bro. Lee
Waddell from Scream as well. He was in there, and then Mick Foley will be there, who I can't wait to see. Can't wait to see Mick Foley. Hopefully, I'm able to get either get him set up to come on our show in some form or fashion. I'm going right to the man. Hey, can we get Mick for 30 minutes on a day? Mick is a cool person, so I might just talk to Mick first. Mick.
Right.
Mick, one of them people that he's down to earth, super duper, like. So I'm hoping his table not too crazy. I can go up and get some sound bites from him, get some content. It's gonna be nuts. And I'm gonna take one of my figs. Like, hey, can you, on the side, just sign that for me? Thank you. Lita will be there. Yeah, man, Lita, dog.
Dun, 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 dun,
Yo, hey, Sinister is crazy. Even if y'all don't watch Turnbuckles and Spill Liquor, yo, Sinister be going crazy on there, yo. Yeah, Lita will be there. Yeah, Lita. And my guy, Killer Cross, and Scarlett, his wife. Y'all might know him as Karrion Cross. They both will be there too. It's a bunch of people. It's a bunch of artists that'll be there. Some stuntmen, some people that are going to be performing. Jaguar 777. It's a man. Jason Edmiston. He'll be there. Matt Ryan Tobin from Blumhouse. He'll be there. It's a lot of people, man. So it's gonna be a good time. And I got my man, since Sinister can't make it this time, I got my guy gonna be there making sure he's able to get what we need. And I think next time too, we'll try to make sure we have a cameraman as well. That way me and him will walk around and just, do some interviews. But yeah, he'll have his camera. He's gonna I'm just gonna tell him, bro, just get pics of, whatever. I'll have my my mic on me and or my hat, and we're gonna get it popping, man. It's gonna be a good time. A lot of content.
Can't wait. Good stuff. Not only does this guy do the Turnbuckles and Spill Liquor podcast and stuff, but you also see down there below his name at KJ the Collector on Instagram, and you do this show on TikTok where you pull in a lot of views, man. You doing this thing with the figs, and for those who don't know, the wrestling figures, when they come out, they're in high demand. So like right now, high demand time is here. We got WrestleMania coming up, and lots of times they have the special edition figs and things of that sort come out. So what are you kind of foreseeing or waiting for, or what's their word of as we have WrestleMania about to drop upon us? Are any of these companies announcing anything, or do they usually wait till after and drop? How's that work out?
No. They've already they've already announced a lot of stuff. And right now, and I need you to check your Walmart. They have a WrestleMania shipper. They have a WrestleMania shipper that it hasn't shown up around here yet, which I'm looking, because whenever it shows up, them shits be
okay. For those in the chat who are watching, can you explain what a WrestleMania shipper is? That's a terminology for a fig. What is a shipper?
For sure. So it's like whenever certain times of the year, like SummerSlam, like when it comes to wrestling season, SummerSlam, the real big shows, WrestleMania, War Games and stuff like that. Walmart will put up a big display in front of an aisle where they usually have the toys. I don't know how this shipper is going to look, but it'll have all of the most recent stuff that you haven't been able to find in stores. Now, I do know that it is coming, and it's going to be appearing in stores anytime between now and WrestleMania, because if you go to your Walmart right now, and if you walk down the toy section where they usually would have wrestling figures, it's empty. There's nothing there. And that's because either they have, they're gearing up to put it out, or my Walmart told me, which there's probably there's a gang of Walmarts here that I go around to. But they told me specifically that there's a certain third-party company that comes in and sets up the shippers, so they don't just put the figs out. Now, I wish they would just put the figs out sometime. But in those figs, you got the newest Ultimate Edition, which is Ultimate Editions are probably the bigger figures. They come with a little more things than a regular and elite.
Right.
The Ultimate Edition, so they have a Umaga Ultimate Edition figure that is coming out. They have a Dominic Mysterio Ultimate Edition figure There's a new Hulk Hogan Ultimate Edition figure with the shirt. His hands are like this, tearing his shirt open. It's dope.
Okay.
There is Monday Night Wars Elites. Rowdy Piper. There is, man, there's so many, bro. Yeah, Rowdy Piper. China, she has a new action figure.
Oh.
That'll be displayed. So you gonna want to get your hands on that, and if you can get your hands on two, get two Chinas and put them both up.
Because you utilize them. For those who don't know, you utilize Whatnot, right? Is that the name of the site? Okay.
Whatnot is a site. So Whatnot is a site where you can go on there and kind of sell anything: action figures, baseball cards, basketball cards, football cards, wrestling cards. You can sell clothing. You can sell shoes. You can sell just about anything on Whatnot. The community that I am a part of is the action figure community. And I haven't done a show in a while because I kind of been like grabbing things and seeing what I want for my personal collection, and then putting some stuff to the side that I would sell. And I can't wait for this weekend because remember last time me and you went, they had action figures at the last one.
Exactly.
This year it's supposed to be some different guys. So we're gonna see, what they got, and it's two of them this year, right? It's one in September as well. That's the one we went to last year. So maybe you able to come back out for the September one.
Don't spend too much money because remember I'll be at Raw on Monday and there'll be tables and stuff set up at Raw.
Oh shoot, I forgot.
I might be faced. I'll be at Raw on Monday night.
Oh, well, I won't. I'm not going. Yeah, for sure. I forgot that they sell the figures there too, like they have them at the yeah, man.
Well, Big Night Live, the night of Raw, early before the event, Big Night Live, which is the nightclub at the TD Garden, they're hosting like this fan event where they do all this stuff. So I know that Becky Lynch is returning to Boston. She's doing a session at Big Night Live, and I'll have to check that out and see because I think we're going in and having dinner early. And then we're going into the TD Garden. But, again, I don't want to talk about wrestling. I want you all to tune in to Turnbuckles and Spilt Liquor after this show so you can get the wrestling talk. So,
facts.
Good stuff, man. And I see you kind of, most of you people with the figs, you have kind of a strategy where some of you guys, you tend to go live on the weekends before a PLE. So, like, we've got WrestleMania coming up. So we see people, they'll go live Friday and or Saturday to get that traction.
I used to go live during at one point, and I got I got some good sales that day. But because some people will just come in live and like you'll have the camera facing the TV kind of and you have the figs kind of like so like which I want you put the figs up. So some people come in, you have a lot of people in there because they want to watch and buy. You know what I'm saying? So. Yeah, the next show I do is going to be a big one for sure. So I just been getting that together, and I can say, I do have a strategy. When I buy things from, I go to Walmart. If I know something's coming out that's a Target exclusive, I know we're not supposed to go on Target, right? But if it's a Target exclusive, I got to go in there and get what I need to get. You know what I'm saying? So I go in there and get what I need to get from Target, and then I'm up out of there. And then if it's something that is very exclusive, I go on Ringside Collectibles. They always have some stuff in there that's not necessarily in stores or going to be in stores anytime soon. So you go in there, you get some stuff before other people may have, and they're like, oh shit, like you got some stuff that what I mean, like that I didn't know was coming out yet. And then Amazon just released I have one Final Boss. Well, I got two Final Boss Rock figures. Well, Amazon just released another one. Released the WrestleMania one when he had the white on with the Cody Rhodes belt, Mama Rhodes. I just got that. It'll be here Friday. So, yeah, man, you just try to get some stuff, and that's for my collection. And then I'll find another one in the wild or something.
And if you guys are watching on the show here and you're in the chat, I just want you to talk real quick to people that it's also a risky business. I remember you went live about 8 months ago. You walked into a Walmart and you noticed something that most people would know, and that is where people will go and snatch up figs, the ones that people like, and what they'll do is they'll open it, switch out just championship belts and heads and things of that sort, and people really don't know the difference, and then they return it. And talk about that, because anybody who's listening here and says, hey, I think I might want to get into it, there are some risks. You got to know your stuff when you go into these stores.
This is a huge problem. And you know what's so crazy? The issue is more so with these stores. These people need to be a little more educated on what they're receiving. Walmart and Target people, so what collectors will do, they'll go in, and some places they're even bold enough to just open, like if there's not cameras and stuff that, or if it's a lot going on in the store, they know, they'll go during a busy time. They, go down the aisles. Some people will see a belt that they want because the belts are worth so much money. Like a championship belt, like say a figure that comes with a belt is $25, right? That belt is worth $25 by itself. If you take it out and sell it in the wrestling community, that belt's $25. In the wrestling community, a fig can be anywhere between $20 to $30, but if you get a figure like Penta,
who's hot?
If you got a Penta, if you got a Penta right now that is in box, that Penta, like the Defining Moments one, is like about $150 right now, right? But if you buy it, when you bought it, it's only $30, $35 at max. So in box is about $150. If you got some of his old figures from AEW, those are up there too. You know what I mean? I got an old Penta that's in box when he had gold on, and then I got one of his new basics. I got two of his basics, one unboxed, and then one in box. And if I sold both of those, I probably could make, because Penta's he's high demand right now. The loose one I could sell for $40, but the one in box could probably go for $55, but the natural price for it is $20. So I'll make a $30 profit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then just go get me another one. You know what I'm saying? Right, so, but to go back to what you were saying, the problem right now is there are collectors they'll buy an action figure, say, okay, I seen one that was last year, the Ultimate Edition Stone Cold Steve Austin that came out. It was brand new. It had new articulation, meaning like it moved a different way, your arms and stuff, double jointed legs and all, So what they did was they took that home and they had the old Ultimate Edition, right? Or they had or they have a body that is not Stone Cold Steve Austin's body. They took that body, put it inside as long as it fits inside of the thing it came in, they're not gonna say nothing, right? They swapped out the legs, they swapped out the arms. The clothing that was in there, they put some old clothing that they had from other figures in there and brought it back. And then that store took that, gave them people their money back, put it back out on the shelves, and then kept the same price, $35 for that figure. And it's like, yo, y'all obviously are not paying attention, or they're bringing it back and people are not, they're not second guessing anything. But in my mind, I'm like, why wouldn't Walmart or Target, when people are bringing stuff back, have pictures of these things of what they're looking at?
Yeah, have a memo that lets people know that this is going
so you can
on,
see,
so they can be aware.
So these people are doing fraudulent purchases. Basically, they're purchasing whatever they want. They'll go home, they'll take parts, and then they bring, they replace it and bring it back in. And these stores are putting this stuff back out on the floor. And then someone like me will go and see this, and I'm like, I'll bring it to their attention, like, hey, do you guys know, like, this isn't the figure? And then they'll be looking like, it's not? Like, are y'all not, like, y'all not looking at anything?
That's crazy.
So, it's a huge problem right now in the collector community. For collectors like myself that go and try to find, good stuff sometimes, we're actually out there. When you hear people talk about toy hunting, it's a real thing. I used to get up early in the morning, Saturday morning, 5, 6 in the morning, stores open at 7. And I'll go to 3 Targets, 4 Walmarts, and you run into those situations all the time. It's not the action figure that you bought.
Right.
It happened to me one time. I bought a Booker T, Monday Night Wars Booker T, and I'm like, oh shoot, I found it, right? I get home, I paid full price for it. I get home and I realize that it came with a belt initially. Somebody took that belt out of there. Now that one they didn't take home and switch anything. They just opened it up, like the plastic. They stuck the hand in there. They took it out. They put it in their pocket or whatever. Put the belt in their pocket and they leave. You know what I'm saying?
Trifling.
That's what a lot of people do, bro. It's a real issue within the toy community, bro. So I encourage all of y'all, and they, I don't know if they do it with with Marvel and stuff like that, but when y'all go and buy anything, make sure y'all are checking
packages. Yeah.
The packages. Make sure it hasn't been opened. Make sure that everything that is in that package is supposed to be in there. They didn't make no special edition ones that was supposed to have something different than what you guys are buying. If they did have some special edition ones, it would actually say that. You know what I mean? And those are called chase. A special edition type of action figure is called a chase figure. So that's in the wrestling world. So yeah.
Good stuff. So again, Kevin is on here with me. He's going to hang out with me, and then we're going to be doing Turnbuckles and Spilt Liquor right after the booth, so you all can hang on. But we're going to get into some of these topics of the show tonight, and Kevin's going to hang on and chime in on some of these things. So let's get into the news booth. And in the news booth, as you all see, I fixed it from last week. Rest in peace to Brockton's Dave Gorman, 79 years old. He had gotten ill a few months ago. He's the man who does a lot of stuff for the city of Brockton for the youth. One of the biggest things that he was involved with here was the DW Field Park youth races that was done at the park. He would do these youth races every weekend, and the kids would come out and they'd run. It was like a kickoff event for the summer and spring. We don't have that no more. Hopefully somebody might step up and revive that and bring that up in his name. But again, rest in peace to Brockton's Dave Gorman, 79 years old. And that was it for my news for Brockton and in the city tonight, because I just wanted to make sure we mention that and let people know and acknowledge, we lost a great person. In the entertainment booth, it was the end of an era this past weekend. Paramount Plus bought out the last ownership rights from Tyler Perry. Tyler Perry had owned the final 25% of BET and BET Plus. They actually absorbed BET Plus and bought out Tyler Perry's majority share of 25%, which means BET Plus is going to be shut down. All of the shows and stuff from BET will be absorbed into Paramount Plus.
That's crazy.
It's the end of an era. For me, I remember when BET first came out. When BET first came on cable, it was a little rinky-dink network. They only had 3 movies: Cornbread Earl and Me, Claudine, and JD's Revenge. And they would just rotate those movies between the little bit of original programming they had, which was Friday nights. It wasn't every. I think Video Soul was every night. Donnie Simpson, the Green Eye Bandit out of Washington, That was the show, Video Soul. And then on Saturday afternoons, they would have the Video Soul countdown, followed by Caribbean Rhythms with Miss Rachel, who was like in a bikini. Saturday afternoons, you didn't mess around. That was on before wrestling. You watched Miss Rachel. But as BT got more popular, they made a niche for themselves in the hip hop community. And I just got to say, with a heavy heart, it contributed, and it recognized white. One of the things in 106 and Park did, it brought the hip hop culture to the forefront. It brought live battles, rap battles on Fridays to the forefront. But not only did we just see, 106 and Park was different. It was BET Black Entertainment Network, but there were a lot of people who came through on 106 and Park that weren't black. We had a deaf rapper. He came on there. He murdered it. There's an Asian rapper out there. He's a big name. He was actually on Maddie's show that came through. Remember, I forget the kid, Jin?
He was on my show too, remember?
Oh, that's right, he was. Yes, that's right. He did both.
Me and Jen are actually cool. Me and Jen, we still talk today.
Let you know, Asian rap culture was out there, bro. White rappers. We had white rappers come through there on that show.
Blind Fury, that blind guy. Yep.
Yep. A lot of people, and for me, it was seeing Tigger, and they were that was a staple of Fridays. You
Rap
would
City.
come home and Big
City.
Big Tigger.
That was 4:00. Rap City come on at 4, and then 106 came on after.
Yeah, and it was knocking TRL out the box, bro. 106 and Park and Rap City was killing it, bro. Killing it.
I don't like the fact that they gave up on, money isn't everything, right? And to me, black entertainment television means more than whatever dollar that you can put on that, to me. All of the history that came with black entertainment television. I understand that they were going more so to streaming now, even with BET Network, right? But to me, BET was a staple for a lot of us who I know they survived a lot based off of like music videos. But I heard they were trying to revamp a Rap City because Tigger was talking about it. Putting something like that on Paramount, to me,
it's just not the same feel. So my opinion now is now that this is bought, that now explains why the BET Awards didn't happen this year. They remember they came out and said that they were going to take a year off, and now we kind of know why. So does that? I'm going to assume
it did happen, I think, but it just wasn't. Because remember, they got the hip hop award, the BET Hip Hop Awards.
Yes, but this was this one
awards.
That just happened. That's the last one. They announced that that one was the last one for now, and now we know why. Now we know why that this one was going to be the last one. So I guess that, we'll just have to keep supporting the NAACP Awards, which is just as nice. But the BET Awards was lovely, but. Again, it's the end of an era. It's the end of an era, and I know CBS Viacom, white ownership, had owned BET anyway. I'm well aware of that. So people don't jump in my chat talking all this stuff because I'm well aware of that. It's just that it's still the end of an era. That BET is still it's gone. It's part of this whole media buy-up thing that we see that's going on. We've got a ton of streaming sites out there, and I'll tell you right now, a lot of these small streaming sites, they're not going to last. The bigger ones are going to buy up their libraries and shows. We just saw one get bought up because they own the James Bond rights, and they were bought up. So all these little ones are they're gonna get bought up. They're gonna get bought up, and they'll be absorbed into these bigger conglomerates, and it'll be, instead of just having 3 networks like we did back in the day, you're just going to have 3 streaming sites. So they bought Tyler Perry out 25%. That's a lot of money for him, but this is a guy who he can start his own network. To be honest, he don't need to be part ownership. Tyler Perry got money, bro.
He should have just bought BET then.
It's a good question.
That's
a good question to ask him. That's a good question to ask Tyler Perry. Why did he not buy BET?
He could have just revamped it. He could have revamped it and implemented his own. He already had his shows on there.
He had 25% of the majority. So that's a good question. I would like to see if Tyler Perry was asked that yet, and why he didn't buy or keep. I'm surprised a guy like Byron Allen, who owns a lot of black networks, I'm surprised he didn't jump on it. So, but Paramount Plus is paying a lot of money to snatch up these networks, bro. They're paying.
What's the issue with Paramount that I run into, and some people I've even talked to? That streaming service, okay, it's cool, right? But like when there's live streaming, it's issues. It's issues, man. Like some of the times the live stream is not, like live streaming on Netflix is better than Paramount.
Well, it's got
I don't run it. Yeah,
because they know they have to learn how many, and we're both IT guys. They have to learn how many servers they need to open up in order to handle, like when Netflix first went live, that was the Mike Tyson fight.
Yeah.
I saw all these people talking shit, and I'm like, look, they couldn't prepare for the amount of servers that they knew they was going to need for that Mike Tyson fight. And as that night, and you saw it, as the night got closer to the Tyson fight, the streaming got worse because more and more people was jumping on, and then they were overloading the servers, and they had to open more servers. And now they kind of got it. I can watch Raw with no issues now. So they've kind of got it down to a science where they got the servers, the amount of servers they need to run a live event. It's all a learning curve. This streaming stuff is all kind of a learning curve. NFL had the same issues. NFL launched games on streaming 2 years ago, and they were having the same problems. And you don't know. You can beta test all the hell you want. You can beta test all you want. It's the same in the gaming community. You can beta test Call of Duty and all these games, but what happens, Kevin, when them games go?
You better be one of the first ones to load it, because if you're not gonna be able to play that night.
Yeah,
you got to be right there at when your game. Okay, so I can download a win. Okay, boom, hit that download button, get it downloaded. By the time it's done, and they say you can play at 11 o'clock or whatever, everybody I knew would be right there front and center. Because if you was not, and you were late to the party, you couldn't play until the next day because of the service. Service would kick all the extra people off.
Yep.
Yeah. So.
Yep. So you can say what you want, but that's kind of what it is. Also in the entertainment booth, let's get into the Oscars. Oscars was this past weekend. It was a good ass Oscars, and the reason why it was so good is because it was the first time in history where horror genre was the feature. You had Sinners, you had Weapons, you had Frankenstein, and I talked about this with the horror show guys. What's nice is Frankenstein was a Netflix movie, but in order for movies to be nominated, they have to be in the movie theaters for 1 week. If they're in the movie theaters for 1 week, it's allowed to be in there. And Netflix ran away. Netflix got a lot of awards this year. Once again, Sinners took home exactly the stuff that I thought it was going to take home. Ruth, she lost the costuming award this year. She's won it for both Black Panthers. But here's the thing: Frankenstein was a monster. When you have these period pieces, and if you can nail it, you're gonna win. And Frankenstein took home the costumes. I wasn't hating that. What confused me, and I'm still not hating, is the fact that Best Picture eluded Sinners. So once again, horror didn't take home, and it was great because
you remember
I see some people
what it was.
You
remember what it was that one Best Picture? It wouldn't even. I've seen that other movie.
One battle after another, which was a very diverse cast. So people stop it with the racial crap because it's not. You can't be saying racial because the main character in that movie is a biracial girl who blew the hell up off this film. So please stop the racial stuff. It's really about that horror genre not really being accepted. And the guy who accepted the award for Best Picture, he said it in a nutshell. He said this reminds him of 1975, and he went through and he said Jaws was in that category and didn't win. And everybody who was around back then in 1975, Jaws was a horror movie. It was the biggest movie of the summer. It had people scared to go in the ocean, yet it didn't take home Best Picture. And it is, the only thing weird about that is Ryan Coogler took home Best Screenplay. Best Actor went to Michael B. Jordan, who went to In-N-Out Burger right after. That's clutch, bro. I give him props for that. That's the shit I would do.
I thought it was Five Guys. It was In-N-Out?
No, he went to In-N-Out Burger.
Okay.
I would go to Waffle House, bro.
That's where I'd be at.
With my Oscar sitting right there.
With my Oscar, like, let me get a waffle, some bacon.
Also at the Oscars, they did a live performance of the juke scene from Sinners.
Yes, they did.
Which was crazy. They pulled it off, which I was like, yo, they pulled it off. They really actually did this scene. And then they shots fired at Timothée Chalamet. They bring out a ballet dancer, black ballet dancer, and had her come out and do her little thing. Shots fired to Timothée Chalamet, who was talking crap about the ballet not being part of the movie culture. And everybody was shooting shots at him.
Man. Some people are just they always looking for a reason to hate something or to dislike something, whatever, man.
Yeah.
Sinners was a great. I can watch Sinners, like I might watch it tonight.
Classic movie. You know, and like I said, Best Screenplay, Best Actor. I'm happy. I'm happy with the way awards turned out. Best Actress, Best Supporting Actress was Amy Madigan from Weapons, which was, again, that was a crazy
great movie
too. Crazy.
Weapons was crazy. It wasn't it. Weapons was. If y'all never seen Weapons, y'all need to go watch that.
And
I wanted to give you a hot take though.
I'll tell people though. Kevin was about to wait till it came on streaming. I'm like, bro, you gotta see the movies, bro.
Yeah, I went to the movies. You told me to go to the movies. I went to the movies.
How was it for you when that ended hit?
When we went to the movies. Now my wife can attest to this. See, I'm the fun guy. I'm the guy that y'all want to go to the movies with, right?
Oh, hold on. Let me. I gotta do this. I gotta do this real quick. I gotta put up a spoiler alert because you know how it is. The Karens that are watching the show, they're gonna get mad, and we're talking about this real quick. Let me put my let me put this up real quick.
Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert.
Okay, because I don't want the Karens mad, even though Marvel, the Russo brothers came out and said 6 months. They said 6 months. They said if it's more than 6 months, you can talk about a movie. So
okay. Well, first of all, I want to say
Weapons.
Before we get to Weapons, real quick, I just want to say, did you know Chadwick Boseman was supposed to play the second twin? It was supposed to be him and Michael B. Jordan initially when they were talking about that movie. Oh my god!
I heard that.
So,
but it worked.
You know,
but
it still worked anyway. Yeah, and then it worked anyway. But could you imagine if that would have been crazy? But Weapons, right? I'm the guy you want to go to the movies with, right? Because, and my wife, she will admit this. When I go see movies, I'm a jumper. Jump scares get me. I'm like, oh, I'm one of them. I'm one of them, you know what I'm saying? So when I found out what that grandmother was doing to the kids and to everybody,
yeah.
Bro, I was tripping, dog. And it was a few times when they got her back, I was super duper hyped for that. But yeah, man, I'll be in the, it don't matter what scary movie it is. If I'm in there and I'm watching and something happened, I'm like, oh, I'm one of them, bro. And everybody's laughing at me inside of the.
Scream got me a few times.
And my wife does this one thing where she knows something about to happen, so she'll do it. She'll do this. Just so she can laugh at me because she knows something's about to happen. So, yeah, it's a good time going to the movies with me, man.
for those who haven't seen Weapons, it's a good movie. You're gonna lose a little bit by watching it at home. It doesn't go over well. You're gonna lose the effect it had in the theater. There was a creepy ass scene. The scene where she falls asleep in the car watching the house, and the mother comes out. That scene was creepy as hell.
You can still let me say this: if you watch it at home, just turn the volume all the way up. You know what I'm saying? Turn the lights off in the house. Don't watch it during the day. And
yeah, you gotta watch horror movies at night.
If you have surround sound, it's gonna be even better. So, you know, if you got a subwoofer, you know.
Oh, somebody's in the chat saying hello to you. Shout out to Kevin. Flo H.W. Parker.
Oh, that's my cousin.
Oh, okay. What's up, cuz?
What's going on?
Cool. Look, if you at home watching horror movies during the daytime when the sun's up and with the lights on, you're corny. I'm just letting you know that right now. You're corny in the chat.
It's some stuff though. I'll keep it real. Since I'll be like, my wife be like, "You want to watch this?" And I'll look at the time and I'm like, yeah, let's wait till tomorrow. I'll watch this. I can't watch this before I go to sleep.
See me, I'll take it down. But again, the Oscars was really good. The Indian dude, the comedian Najee, he killed it. He did the best improv of the night. What happened was there was a tie for best short film, and he made the joke and says how like what I forget how he said it, but he said how funny is it that the Oscar going to the short film ends up being the longest because it's a tie and we had to announce both, and that was a pretty funny on the fly joke.
That's crazy.
Jimmy Kimmel, a beast. Jimmy Kimmel comes out to give up the best documentary. It ends up being this movie called something versus Putin. Nobody versus Putin. It's about this guy who took on Putin and kind of won. And he made this joke about that, you know, Melania wasn't even nominated, and that was like, damn, he's shooting shots. So I'm like, that's some craziness.
I mean,
right
she
there.
wasn't though. Let's just
Also, and I think me and Kevin are going to be on different. We're a little bit over, but that's okay because like I said, we're rolling into the other show anyway. I think me and Kevin might be on the different side of the fence with this last topic in the entertainment booth. Earlier this week, Papoose released a fucking diss video on 50 Cent called Agent Provocateur. It's a 5-minute, just over 5-minute diss. And I just got to say, look, 3 minutes in, I felt like I was listening to Charlie Brown's Teacher after the first 3 minutes. He really wasn't saying much to me, and I think part of it is because I'm really not. Papoose is one of these rappers that sometimes he hits for me, sometimes he's just fucking horrible, bro. And I think it's partly because he's not a good human being too. You know what I'm saying? He's just not a good person either. But to be honest, I see a lot.
That's a different. Yeah,
I see a lot of people talking about this 5-minute rap, and they're talking about Papoose is the king. Papoose, don't crown him. Stop crowning him, bro. Stop it. You all running the fade on yourselves. Don't crown him, because you know when 50 comes back, 50's about the. He gonna talk about Clarissa Shields and everything. 50 gonna murder him, bro.
Well. So we're not on the same. We are on the same.
We are.
I'll say this.
Yeah. Okay.
I am a fan of Pap, right? But 50 is my guy. But I am a fan of Pap. I do. I think that the record was cool. But it's not something that it doesn't have any replay value. See, that's the difference between 50 and a lot of guys.
Ooh, see, there you go. You hit it.
If 50 decides, okay, for instance, he dropped that song that's going to be for his new show coming out with have you heard it yet? Yes, right. So it's out everywhere, and it's going to be for the new Power series, right? So inside of, even though it's the beginning of that show, he throws a little diss at T.I. in it. T.I. and Tiny in them, right? So the thing about that is, like, 50 so smart that he's like, yo, this show is gonna be 2, 3, 4 seasons, maybe 5 seasons, and this is the song that's gonna be at the beginning of every show. Now, some people like, 50, stop acting like, we don't hit fast forward on the show song. It's not true. If some of y'all do, that's cool, but more people listen to the first beginning leading up to the show anyway. So that's how you hit somebody where it hurt. You know what I'm saying? That's how you get, if you're going to diss somebody, diss them at a point where people are going to remember that for 5, down the line, 5 years.
Right.
While the show is on. You know what I'm saying? So
Ron Drago's in the chat. Ron says, the Oscars are dead to me for not nominating Godzilla -1 for Best Picture. It did win for visual effects. It did take home an Oscar.
For Best Picture, though?
They actually shared it. But he's right. He's right. It did take home Best Picture in Japan. It did take home those nods.
We expected that, right?
But no, that was something big too. Godzilla movies never take home in Japan. Those top movies. So and hey, Godzilla -1 -0 comes out November 3rd on Godzilla Day in Japan, and they're killing it on Apple TV. They're saying this second season.
That was a good. -1 was good.
-1 was perfect.
Yeah,
that movie was perfect, bro. That movie was. I could watch that movie over, and I had movie night in the backyard here. No, Godzilla -1, the movie. I had in the backyard here. I had movie night 3 times last year with Godzilla -1. I watched.
What's the series called? Because the series was good too.
Legacy.
Yes.
Legion. Legacy of Monsters.
No. The one, I think that was on Apple TV. What was the name?
TV. With Kurt Russell.
Yes. Was it that? Was it Legacy?
And his son. Yeah, Monarch. Legacy of Monsters.
Yeah, right.
Monarch
that
is the
right
company.
That was fire.
I haven't watched this season yet, but I'm hearing all good things about this season.
But
so they spent last season building up they built up the character base. It was kind of building up the character base, and then once they they were setting up the Godzilla Kong sequel, so that was a setup for that. But no, it's good stuff. Like I said, I think that's the last entertainment topic. Let's see. Let's get into the sports booth. In the sports booth, I was supposed to have somebody call in, but they didn't make it on to talk about the Boston Legacy Opener drawing 30,000 fans here headed into FIFA. But this is the new women's professional soccer team. 30,000 fans down at Gillette Stadium. So good to see that. Their practice stadium is being built here in Brockton. So that's going to be nice to see. And then also in the sports booth, I talked about this last week, and I said, this is all a scam. This is all a work. If this was wrestling. We had this back and forth between FIFA, Foxborough, and the Kraft family, and Foxborough selectmen were saying that FIFA's not coming. They're not going to sign off on it. And I'm saying to myself, okay, I read the agreement. And the agreement says that Foxborough taxpayers wouldn't absorb any costs. FIFA would pay back any money that Foxborough pays up front for security costs and police detail costs and fire department costs. They would get that money back. And I saw this back and forth for the last 3 weeks, and I'm like, well, first of all, I think this is a work. And the reason why I think this is a work is because Foxborough is a little small town 30 miles outside of Boston. When everybody sees the football games and stuff and they be showing Boston like Boston's right there, it's not. Boston's like 30 miles away from Gillette Stadium. It's the suburbs. It's a small little town with this big sports city located in the middle of the town. And when I saw this, I'm like, we're in this era where bad press equals good press. And you've got, like the selectman said, he says, the FIFA games coming to Foxborough is like hosting 8 Super Bowls in 2 weeks. And he's right. And here's the thing. That's 8 Super Bowls worth of money coming to your town. So I'm like, y'all are just playing this role. This is just a story you all created. Y'all damn well know you ain't going to let FIFA go away when South Station in Boston already has the entire station done up for FIFA 2026. You've got a highway. Stop it, bro. And I saw people were saying, nope, it's not coming. Foxborough's going to dig their heels in. No, they're not. They're not letting all that FIFA. You got Haiti is one of the qualifiers here. You got people from Haiti coming here. You got all these countries coming here to spend money. You've got people who probably have houses in Foxborough. They're probably like, look, okay, I'm going to go stay for 2 weeks at a Holiday Inn 2 towns over, and I'm going to Airbnb my house and make a couple of mortgage payments, because I would do it. If I live in Foxborough, that's what I'm doing. I'm going and staying at a hotel for a week or so. And I'm going to do it that way. So they just announced that there is an agreement. So FIFA will be here. Kraft family and Town of Foxborough and FIFA released this official statement. So stop it. This was all a work like WWE wrestling. Also, Patriots, look, they did exactly what I said they were going to do. They extended Christian Gonzalez contract. They locked him down. You have to. He's a solid corner. Patriots are looking to sign another corner to get on that opposite side. I think they'll be the best secondary in the AFC East next year. Also, the Patriots signed defensive end from the Ravens, Dre'Mont Jones. That's a good little signing. He can come off the edge. And then they also signed wide receiver from the Packers, Romeo Doubs. That's a good signing for me. I'm happy. And then KJ, the Titans, which originally, the Tennessee Titans originally was the Houston Texans, and they moved up there.
Houston Oilers.
And you guys are bringing them Houston Oil colors back. I was like, yo, that's lovely, bro. What do you?
Yes, sir.
Your thoughts? Because I was happy about it because a lot of people didn't know what was going on there.
I'm super duper excited about that. I actually have a I have a Cam Ward jersey already. But it was I got one from last year. And it had the Texans colors, or not Texans, the Oilers colors, because sometimes, like once a year, they will play in those jerseys.
They do the throwbacks, yes. They do the throwbacks.
Now these are going to be the jerseys going forward, which is I'm happy about. Like, yes, we are the original Houston Oilers. No shade against the Texans, but we are the original Houston Oilers that moved to Tennessee for reasons outside
of the first teams
of the
with a
fans.
Black quarterback and Warren Moon.
Yeah, outside of the fans' control, and we wanted our colors. We wanted that to be. This is who we are. So we're making some great moves. We've made some great moves, and then we have next year, 2027. We'll open our new stadium.
The new stadium. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's
going to
be nice.
Come out there. Hopefully
Lovely.
the Patriots will be. Hopefully that year the Patriots will match up with that conference. Come check out the new stadium. Also in the sports booth, hey, big shout out to our guy Kevin Walsh from Brockton. They left last week. He's headed to Belfast. He is taking on Mick Conlan for the International Featherweight title, the WBC. So big ups to Kevin Walsh. We're wishing him all types of luck. Bring that title back to Brockton, and he will join Rocky Marciano. He will join Marvin Hagler, and we are loving him and supporting him. So big ups to Kevin Walsh. And Ron says, "Oh, okay, Ron, I'm gonna save that for tomorrow night. Tomorrow night I have Drafting the Circuits, the racing show, but it's now official. If you guys watched Drafting the Circuits last week, my guys who work for Toyota, they kind of gave us kind of a little bit of a tip-off, but it looks like no F1 in Saudi or Bahrain due to the war in Iran. So no F1 in April. Wow. And I know our president mentioned to try to have F1. Nobody wants to do it. We'll keep that talk for that. Don't get me started yet. In the legal booth, everybody. There's only one topic. Pro-gun activists were standing outside of Virginia's Capitol Hill house, their state house, and this company was giving away free AR-15 magazines before the ban goes into place, the control ban. And what it is they're banning 30-round magazines in Virginia. So everybody's rushing out and getting 30-round mags because it's the end of the world and we've got to hurry up and get 30-round mags. And here's the funny thing, people. we're here in Massachusetts, and everybody talks a lot of crap about Massachusetts, and they say, well, I hate Massachusetts because you're only allowed to have a 10-round magazine. And I'm saying to myself, the thought logic, if you are a firearm owner and you have a license to carry, one of the first things they teach you is that you have a license to carry to defend yourself in a situation that is to protect your family, your home, and your livelihood. And one of the things they teach you at the beginning of these classes is that you have to de-escalate situations. You have to walk away from situations. Taking someone's life is a last resort. And one of the things they train you for is to make sure if you have to defend yourself, 1 round. Every LTC class is going to tell you, make sure you put someone down with 1 round, always center mass. So when the cops come, there's no this, that, there's no holes in your story. There's no, I fired 32 rounds at this guy. There's none of that. I had to defend my life. I had to defend my family. 1 shot, and then you don't need all this other stuff. So all these people rushing out and having to get 30-round clips and whatever. The zombie apocalypse isn't coming right now. So for me, I feel like these people are they're hoarders. There's really, because my feeling is that you really only need 1 shell to protect your family if it's 1 person. I mean, if it's a zombie apocalypse and it's a group of people, okay, I got it. But again, you can carry multiple clips. If your firearm has 10 rounds, just carry multiple clips, magazines. Swap out. Be John Wick. Practice swapping out quick. Practice swapping it out. If you're a good shot, you shouldn't need 30 shots. That's my opinion. I mean, I'm just saying. You know, I get it.
Some people might need 30 shots.
I get it. An AR-15 is a street sweeper, but again, you're not deer hunting with an AR-15. An AR-15 is strictly for damage. It's strictly to kill somebody. I myself, I would never. I go to the gun range and I see all these people with AR-15s, and I don't see the mystique behind it. I don't know. I don't get it. But as you guys, if you Google it and look up the video, it's crazy. It's like crazy. They're giving the magazines out to kids, like little kids.
That's crazy.
I'm like, this is insane, bro. This is crazy.
I mean, were they giving you able to just get 1?
No, they were just giving them out 2, 3. They were just giving them out boxes and boxes of magazines. Yeah. I don't know. It's crazy. Let's get into the Trump troubles here. In Trump troubles, okay, here we go. U.S. destroys 16 Iranian mine-laying boats in the Strait of Hormuz. Now, here's what's funny about this, okay? Friday, Pete Hegseth has this press conference, and the press asked Pete Hegseth, well, can't you open the strait? We're hearing that you can't because there were mines dropped in the Strait of Hormuz. Pete Hegseth then goes and rips apart this reporter and says, fake news, your network is trash, and he goes on this whole rant. But then Saturday morning we wake up and we see that they destroyed 16 mines. So you lied. So the lying is, hold on here, let me.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying? Oh my God. Stop fucking lying.
Stop lying, bro. Stop lying. So now you lie about that. Then you turn around and here's where it gets even better. Here we go.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying? Oh my God. Stop fucking lying.
Anybody out here know Joe Kent? You know who Joe Kent is, Kevin? Joe Kent is the guy 15 months ago that President Donald Trump was pushing and getting confirmed by the House and Senate to take over the counterterrorism division for our government, for our military. When he spoke, he said all these things about Joe Kent, a Green Beret. He's this, he's that. 15 months later, Joe Kent has now today announced that he is resigning from his position as counterterrorism. Why is Joe Kent resigning from his commitment to the government? Because Joe Kent, in his official statement, says he can no longer work for President Trump. President Trump allowed himself to be coerced into an unnecessary war. There was nothing to show that Iran was a threat to the U.S. country. They might be a threat to Israel, but that's Israel's problem. It's not a U.S. problem. And there was no reason for us to be dragged into a war, and we've already spent $3.2 billion, I think we're at, or $12 billion right now we've spent. So Joe Kent has now resigned. And I see all of the MAGA nitwit Trump Americans on my page saying he was this and he was that and he's this. And it was like, hey, you dumb fucks. And I'm going to say that right now, you dumb fucks. This was Trump's guy. Trump put him into place 15 fucking months ago, you dumb fucks. And I have to say that because y'all are stupid. Y'all lose fucking all types of reality in your MAGA heads. like this is a guy he put into place. And they're all switching. Marjorie Taylor Greene switched. Candace Owens switched. Now, what's his name? The young kid, Nick Fuentes. He is pissed about the Epstein files and he's pissed about this war. He's like, why are we fighting Israel's fight? Israel got the money to fight their fight. So why are we dragged into this? There's no need for it. So now Trump comes out today and he says, get this. He says, I always thought he was weak when it came to security. I always felt he was weak. Wait, hold on.
People are
the man is weak. The man that you put on a pedestal and put in that position to get confirmed by the state, by the Congress and Senate, is now somebody you thought was weak.
He did that one thing, like when you in a relationship and the girl be like, after they break up, they've been together for a long time, and after they break up, she was like, he wasn't all that anyway. He was this. He had this wrong with him. He had that wrong with him. And you be like, but you messed with him for a long time. Like, that's what Trump just did. He just did it. And then let me say this too: MAGA people are gonna spin this. Oh man, he didn't really trust him anyway. Trump can do no wrong. In MAGA people mind, I don't get it. I mean, I honestly think he sends like some special water or some shit to their house and they drink it and it fucks them up, fucks their brain up. I honestly believe that. And I'm somebody that I don't lean too hard left or right. I feel like Democrats do some messed up stuff too. For MAGA people to only believe that Democrats are the only people that mess up everything, y'all are delusional. That's what I say, yo.
And like I said,
no way.
Joe Kent was a MAGA guy. He was a Trump guy. He was put in this position to be a yes man. He had shady things that he had. All these people that Trump put in place should have never been put in those places anyway. But what happens is that sometimes common sense wakes you up. And you're like, bro, we're committing war crimes right here. People are going to have to ask for this shit, answer for this shit. And you know what? He stepped down. I wasn't a fan of the guy anyway when he got placed. Because he was a yes man. He was just a yes man. He was the no guardrails. When Trump was in his first term, there were guardrails in place. There were people who were common sense people who didn't allow him to do the crazy things that's going on now. But now those people who aren't guardrails are now realizing, shit, this man only has 2 years left and people are going to jail in 2 years. And I don't want to be that person going to jail when they come for me. Also in the Trump troubles, freedom of speech. You get to be able to put art and things up of sort. In the DC National Mall, all of a sudden somebody put up a giant statue, which is the Titanic pose from the movie Titanic, with Donald Trump standing behind Jeffrey Epstein.
Oh shoot!
That's how you exercise your First Amendment, freedom of speech, bro, with art. That's how you do it.
Wow.
Papa.
Hey, speaking of the Jeffrey Epstein files, the coolest cat, and I'm just saying this because he just the coolest dude. They have been showing Bill Clinton reviewing like photos, and he be looking at that like, damn, some good times. I did that back then. Yeah. That's how he looked, bro. And I just be looking at him like he's not saying that. He's like, okay, I was there.
Yeah, they testified. They testified that Thursday before we went into Iran because they knew. And like I said, the timing was sketchy because both Clintons testified on Thursday just after the State of the Union. And once they testified, they knew that he couldn't hide behind the fact that he couldn't be questioned because he was a president, because now one president has now testified. Now the DOJ would have had to have asked and asked his position, and we went to war. We'll never know now because we went to war with Iran. So, this is what they're talking about. That's it. That's it. These are the beanies and hats that are gone. They're long gone. I believe Kevin Jefferies is in there. Yeah, Kevin is in there. Yep, Kevin is right there in the upper right-hand corner. Kevin was one of the first people, all the shows that I produce. I've got hoodies. I actually have hoodies sitting here behind me that I have not put the friggin' my brand on. I'm sleeping on it. Upcoming festivals. Food Truck Festival takes place March 21st this weekend at the Brockton Rock Stadium. A ton of food trucks, wide range of cuisines. This Sunday or next Sunday is the Rabies Microchip Clinic. Oh, it's this Sunday, March 22nd. You'll see me and Joopy there. Spades Game Night takes place March 28th at the Vega Club on Warren Ave.
When Spades come out, baby, it's going down.
It's like Uno,
going
bro.
Down.
Those are two games. Brockton Youth Baseball sign up. Also, I will be DJing the Easter Community Celebration at DW Field Park on Saturday, April 4th. Scan that QR code. I'm actually getting booked for a lot of stuff. Also, April 25th at the Animal Protection Center, there will be pet CPR and first aid class. Check that out. You can register. And then, hey, May 4th, Star Wars Trivia Night at Deanne's. Your boy Sinister One is going to be at Star Wars Trivia Night with my Mandalorian Crocs. And then this Friday, Viana Marie is performing at Cash Flow's Birthday Bash in Rhode Island. $150 ballers to 10 p.m. And then again, I've been talking about this May 30th. Method Man, Red Man, The Locks, State Property, DJ Chubby Chub, and DJ Ruckus at the Gaines Arena.
Crazy.
Crazy show. Crazy show. Ride free, Bat Buses till June 26th. And then Jeremiah, the young man right there, he's trying to get to the Austria World Games. The April, I think it's like April 2nd is the cutoff. So we got to get the donations in. Family Fun with Music takes place every Thursday, 3:30 to 4:30 at the Brockton Public Library. And then Save the Date Brothers' third annual motorcycle car ride takes place July 25th. So we're moving our ride. And then first annual Brockton Magic Moment trip. I got to get with Mario Lamar and see if this is still happening, where they're going to send a family to Disney. They were looking for help on that one. And then that's it. I've got people in the chat. Renee White is laughing. And Ron Drago says, I agree with his assessment. Oh, everybody does. Yeah, everybody agrees with his assessment of Ryan. But this guy had some sketchy interactions and associations with individuals and groups. Well, yeah, he was a Trump guy. I mean, he was a Trump guy. He was a white naturalist. Yep. He was a neo-Nazi ideology. Yep. He was all that. He was a Trump guy. And that's why Trump put him in that position. But when you see people with those opinions like that, and then they flip, you're like, yeah, this is, everybody has a breaking point, I guess.
Yep.
I guess everybody has a point where common sense finally kicks in and you're like, yo, this motherfucker's crazy.
What am I doing? Yeah.
What? I'm not going to jail. Renee White says, Renee White says, I'm corny. I can't watch horror movies at night.
Hey, Renee, I understand. Listen, I can watch them. I'm just not going, that's not going to be the last thing I watch, right? If I watch a horror movie, I got to watch something funny after, because I'm not going to sleep right after that.
She said the Stop Your Lying video took me out. It's funny because I actually have to add some of the videos and things that I have for sound bites so we can have them. But we wrestling, we got so much going on for wrestling. I mean, tonight we're probably gonna put the damn in there because we did have a damn moment on Netflix Monday night. It was.
I text you as soon as I seen it, and I said, "Oh my goodness!" And
man, we'll talk about this on Turnbuckles.
Yeah, we'll talk about it.
Man,
we'll talk about it. Y'all gotta stay tuned for the wrestling.
And they already put the flyer out. WWE was already got the flyer for that.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm like, bruh. Hey, I gotta thank everybody for tuning in to the show. It's been great stuff. Kevin, shout out your stuff so people can follow you and check you out.
For sure. You can follow me on IG, KJ the Collector. On TikTok, it's KJ the Fig Collector. On Whatnot, it is KJ the Heel Collector. Please subscribe to the Turnbuckles and Spilled Liquor podcast, which is behind me here. It's on YouTube. We've had, guests like Ahmed Johnson. We talked to Travis Orndorff, who is Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff's son. And we got a bunch of other people coming. So, make sure y'all tune in.
Yeah, we're going to be at New England Fan Fest in May. So we're looking forward to that. We're going to be down in Seekonk, Mass. So we're going to be hanging out. And then, like I said, right after this show, we're going to take a little break. And then I got to set up the feed so it goes out to the Turnbuckle Spit Liquor stuff. But we're coming right back. It's definitely going to be a new feed. So I think we'll just go live at 9:00. That should give us enough time to kick this off and get it going. But Kevin, I want to thank you for coming on the show. Great stuff.
For sure.
An hour and a half, man. Good stuff chopping it up with you.
For sure.
Kevin's actually going to be coming to town too for Seekonk. So if you guys want to meet Kevin and check Kevin out, come down. You got to come down to Seekonk because he's going to be in town. And to be honest, if I can get Kevin to come a day early with his wife. And Trondell's coming. Dell is coming from Bury the Booking podcast.
Yep.
If these three do come, and I can get them to come early, guess what, people? We're going to go. I got to bring them to a Brockton staple. I got to bring them to Cape Cod Cafe, people. Anybody here in the chat from Brockton, I'm gonna bring them to Cape Cod Pizza and let Kevin try that burger pizza where they have the nerve to take two mini pizzas and put a burger in between it.
That's crazy.
Between the pizza crust and the pizza, and they flip the pizza over so it's the pizza crust flipped upside down with the cheese and everything with the burger in the middle.
That's all. That sounds like a lot, bro. Yeah, I'm sure it's delicious.
So, with that being said, I want to thank you, Kevin. Everybody, hang tight. Turnbuckles Spilt Liquor. Yeah, I think we're looking at 9:00. We're looking at 9:00 start for that show tonight. So, I want to say, SpongeBob, do me a favor. Take us home.
See you next Tuesday.
Thank you for listening to The Booth on Hoobazoo and HatcherRadio.com. Please follow the Facebook page and subscribe to the podcast at Apple Podcast, iHeartRadio, and Spotify. The Booth is a Sinister One production hosted by Sinister One.
I've got to start hanging out with friends that are a little more intelligent and understand politics and stuff. It's just that I'm up on this level up here, and all my friends are down here. Me, nah. You guys, nah. Maybe a little more down in here. Screw you guys, I'm going home.
I smoke, I drink, I do my thing. These bitches hating, so you know I got to make it plain. Don't do cocaine with your chick, my main. We stick together, true forever, yeah, you know we bang. I miss those days, which was easy. If only I make it, bitch, don't repeat. Now that I done upgraded, I've been upstate, but y'all think I'm playing. And I got a hit now for these weak assholes who think I ain't slaying. Try me, and I'll probably end up laughing, cause I never back down. I'm that chick with a clean ass whip, I don't need that shit, I got my own now. I ain't heard, I get tired of fuss and fighting, guess I gotta crack down. Don't mess with me, 'cause on everything I'ma have to bring the whole city out.
WHOOBAZOO, that's whobazoo.com.
Enter website, enter website, enter website, enter website.